Loudestro.
My lord. Whew. Wow, this feels weird. The last video I posted on this channel was July of 2022, and now it is freaking January 2023. It's a whole freaking new year. Like, that's crazy to think about, and I can't believe it's been that long since I picked up the camera and sat down and had a conversation with you guys. A lot has happened in the amount of time that I have been going, so I'm gonna start this video off by doing a simple recap of 2022, not starting with January of 2022, but I'm gonna start with, what was it, June? I'm gonna start with July of 2022 because that's the last month that you guys basically got to see me. So I'm gonna do a life update from July of 2022. So July was a really good month for me. I learned to grow comfortable with my new locks. You know, I love my locks. If you follow me on Instagram, all I really post about now is my locks and self-growth, which I feel like my locks kind of represent self-growth in a way. So all I talk about is my locks on Instagram. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, I would highly suggest that you do that. My handle is at the top right-hand corner of the screen. I went swimming on the 4th of July and I got my locks wet for the first time. I started my locks in May, and I was one of those people that made the mistake of thinking that if you get your locks wet at all during like the first few months, they're gonna unravel. That is not true, but whatever. I posted these iconic pictures on my Instagram when I got my locks wet for the first time, and I still love these pictures to this day. I feel like they're my favorite pictures. In August, I started my senior year of high school. Woo, 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 woo. It was confirmed officially by my counselor that I would be graduating early, and my last day of high school is actually on January the 13th of this year, which is 2023. So class of 2023, stand up and represent us in the comments. August was also the month that I started to pray more, and I started spending more time with God. Every morning I would wake up and pray before school with my brothers and my auntie. I am so grateful for my auntie because she is like really gave me the push that I needed to start building my relationship with God. Love her so much. I also hit 3 months locked in August. September was I don't want to say it was a bad month, but it was kind of a rough month for me. My mental health really started to slip in September. I was kind of in a fallout with God. I blamed him for every bad thing that was happening in my life. I started to spend more quality time with my family because September was a month of my mom was in the hospital in September, and I had just found out around the end of August. So September was kind of like me battling with the fact that I can't see my mom, speak to my mom as often as I would like to. It was kind of, I went from talking to my mom every single day. I never missed a day of texting my mom. I would talk to her every day, all day. And then boom, now I have to adjust to not seeing her, not speaking to her. So it was just kind of a rough period of my life. And I was blaming God for all of that. I went on a field trip with my school to a Cardinals game, which kind of saved my life. This is just a really quick story time. The morning of the Cardinals game, I did not want to be alive. I had so many thoughts running through my head about killing myself, and I was crying hysterically. And like I said before, August, I would pray every morning with my brothers and my auntie before going to school. So before my auntie called me so that we could pray, I was really contemplating on if I should ignore her call and end my life. Like, I promise you, those were the thoughts that was running through my head that morning. And she called me, and I pretended like everything was fine. We prayed, and then I felt so much better after praying. I can't remember who prayed that day because we always take turns praying. I feel like she was the one that prayed that morning. After prayer, I felt at least a little bit better. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna throw those thoughts away, get through this one day, and everything should be fine. So I'm putting on my Cardinals gear because I'm getting ready to go to the baseball game. And when I get to the game, no, when I get to school, I'm like, my friends are all excited and they're pumped up and they're like, yeah, we don't have to go to school. We get to go to this game. We get to buy food and all of that. And everybody was excited. So I put a smile on my face and I was like, you know what? Okay, this is happening. We're going to a baseball game. Jesus. Jesus. Anyway, everybody else was excited but me. Because of that, I put a smile on my face and I was like, you know what, let's do this. So then we get to the game and everybody's excitement kind of goes away and everybody's irritated because we had really nice seats. We were so close to the field, but because of how close we were like directly in the sun. And me and my friend, I don't know if she wants her name. I'm gonna say her name. Me and my friend Ryan, we were not feeling it. We were like, I don't want to sit in the sun. It's a Thursday afternoon and we were hot and irritated. So me and Ryan made the decision to leave the section that my school was sitting in, which I don't know if this is this illegal? Is that against the law? We sat in seats that were not on our tickets. So I think that's illegal. I don't know. Anyway, me and Ryan left our school and we went to go sit at the very top of the stadium underneath the shade. And it was so nice up there. The breeze was consistently hitting us and it was like shaded and it was so nice up there. Like, oh my god, I wish I could feel the way that I felt when we were sitting up there. And it was just the two of us. We were talking the whole time. We were shazamming the music that they were playing on the big speakers. And it was that particular moment. I don't know what it was about that moment, but it made me want to live. I felt really good in that moment. The thoughts that I was having the morning before I went to the game, by the end of the day, they were gone, and I felt good. At the end of September, I had Spirit Week at school. My favorite day of Spirit Week was definitely pajama day. Simply because, I don't know, I like pajamas. I like being comfortable. So I took so many pictures. I made TikToks and all of that. It was like really fun. That was my September. Moving into October. The very first day of October was homecoming night and homecoming was great. I took some bomb pictures with my boyfriend that I posted on Instagram, and I also took pictures with my little cousin because he's the one that escorted me to homecoming. I love my pictures so much. I felt so pretty. I felt like a princess. I got extensions in my locks for the very first time and I loved them so much. I loved the style, everything about my appearance. Homecoming night was bomb. I loved every second of it. I went to Six Flags with my family and got scared to death by a zombie. It was a man holding a zombie. Something. I don't know what it was. Okay, so this is the TikTok video I was referring to. I can't put the audio because of copyright. But this is the little thing that came and scared the mess out of me. And I was so embarrassed, y'all. So embarrassed. But I was doing a TikTok with my cousins, and out of nowhere, this zombie thing just comes up, and he's right in my face, and he's making like sounds. I also had my very first live performance playing my guitar at this women's conference. I don't know if it's a conference. It's a women's group. It's called Heal Her. To be honest, Heal Her it's amazing. I'm not gonna go too much in depth in it. If you want to check it out for yourself, you can click the link in my description box and it'll take you right to the Heal Her Instagram page. But I performed at this event, sang an original song that I wrote that hopefully you guys will be able to hear soon. You guys will hear the song soon. I'm not gonna put a date on it, but period. I went on a family vacation to Galveston, Texas with my dad's side of the family. At first, I wasn't very excited about the trip. I kind of really didn't want to go because I'm not really that close to my dad's side of the family. Once I got there, everything was cool. You know, we rented a beach house. It was like literally right by the water. So every morning I got to wake up to the sound of the ocean and the breeze. Like, it was just, I experienced so many things that I never thought I would. I was very grateful for that trip in the end. I was kind of mad at myself for saying that I didn't want to go because the whole car ride, I was like irritated. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe we ride in the car for 13 hours to go on this family trip that I don't even want to go on. And then I got there and it was great. November was a pretty chill month. It was the month of the year that I saw my boyfriend the most, so it was kind of like a good month for me. I started to work on healing myself. I started journaling more. I started praying more because like I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but in September was a terrible month for me, and I stopped praying and I was blaming God for everything. And then October was kind of the same. I wasn't even thinking about him. I was mad at him. But November, I kind of found my way back to him, and I was praying more and I was journaling more. I was seeing my boyfriend almost every weekend, and I went to go see Black Panther with my family. So if you have not seen Black Panther yet, first of all, Black Panther came out in November, and now I'm posting this video in January. I don't know what month it is that you're seeing this video, but if you haven't seen Black Panther yet, what are you doing? Now, here comes December. I told myself that I was not gonna cry about this because I've cried so much. December was the toughest month of the year for me. Like I said before, in August, at the end of August, I found out that my mom was sick and in the hospital. And I visited her in the hospital one time. The last time I saw my mom was August of 2022. It's January now of 2023, and the last time I saw my mom was in August. And I kept myself together because my family was in the room, and I have this weird thing where I don't like crying in front of people anymore. It makes me feel weak. So although while I was in the hospital room with my family, I seemed fine, deep down inside there was a lump growing in my throat, and I couldn't stand to see my mom in a hospital bed. Like it broke my heart. I asked my auntie to show me where the bathroom was, and when I got in the bathroom, as soon as the door closed, I just broke down because I knew that I couldn't bring myself back up to the hospital to see her again. I made that decision right then and there. I was like, nope, I ain't coming back here. I can't. So I did it, and I beat myself up about that every single day. I would tell myself things like, oh my God, you're so weak, or I would just talk down on myself a lot because I felt like I wasn't strong enough to go visit her. And so December came around 5 days before Christmas. My family came together in my auntie's house, and they told me the worst thing that I've ever heard in my life. They had to sit me and my brothers down and tell us that my mom unfortunately passed away. I fell out on the floor. I wish that was an exaggeration, but I literally fell on the floor because I spent all those months avoiding going to the hospital to see her, and now I don't have the opportunity to do that anymore, and I felt so bad. Even before I got the news about my mom, my mental health was terrible. Grades in school were starting to slip. I became more self-conscious about my body and weight. I would stop eating. I would go days without eating real food. And then just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, I got that news about my mom. Christmas Day was really hard for me because Christmas was my mom's favorite. It's my mom's favorite holiday, you know? I hated spending it without her. And I cried. That whole Christmas morning was terrible. It was horrible. I was on the phone with my boyfriend Christmas morning, and I woke up, and the first thing I did was write in my journal about how I was. Lord. First thing I did was write in my journal about how I was feeling, and he asked me how I was feeling about everything, and I kind of just broke down. And I told myself when I was writing in my journal that I wasn't gonna cry on Christmas Day. I cried the entire morning. After that, I felt okay. I didn't cry for the rest of that day, but being in my family's presence without my mom, celebrating a holiday, it felt so unreal. It didn't feel like Christmas at all. Christmas hasn't felt like Christmas in a while, but this Christmas, it just felt like a regular day. It felt like a game night or something, you know? Like, it just didn't feel Christmassy. And now we're in January. The day that I'm filming this is January 1st. It's actually 12:41, so Happy New Year, everybody. My mom's birthday is January the 7th, so I believe that'll also be the day of her funeral, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, so right now what I'm trying to do is just get my life together, and I don't want to say force myself, but I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. I'm trying to get back to doing the things that I used to love, like YouTube and music, and I just want to do more the things that I love because my mental health crashing. It was spiraling down all 2022, and now it's a new year. My resolution is to just get back to me. So about maybe 3 months ago now, actually no, I think I posted this poll in November on my story asking you guys to ask me questions for YouTube. So I'm going to be answering these questions now. It's been so long since I posted this, so somebody asked me what are some movies that will always be my favorite. I have to say that Annie is my top favorite movie. Best movie hands down. When I say Annie, I'm not talking about the black Annie. I love black people from infinity to beyond. From to infinity and beyond. Did I say that right? What did I say? I don't know. I'm talking about Annie. I mean the 1982 version. I think it's better than that. A movie series that I would love forever is Twilight. Number one, because me and my mama would watch Twilight all the time. I can't even tell you how many times me and my mama sat in her room and rewatched all of the Twilight movies. So Twilight is definitely my favorite. My uncle said, is you is or is you ain't? Got gas money. Somebody else said new content ideas / plans for this channel. Honestly, this channel is about to take a really big turn that a lot of you guys are probably not expecting. Of course, I'm still gonna do my vlogs because I love to watch vlogs and I feel like making vlogs, they're just easy to do and they're fun. But I also want to incorporate some more sit down videos because I want to spread the gospel. I want to sit down and educate people about Jesus. I'm going to educate y'all and also educate myself because I don't know, I just feel like I need to spread the word about my Lord and Savior. So not only will I be doing sit down videos, kind of like a Bible study type thing. That's kind of like the angle I'm going for. I'm also going to be making some gospel, what did I just say? Some Christian gospel music. Another question says, where do I see myself in 10 years? Okay, 10 years. In 10 years, I will be what, 27? At 27, I see myself either engaged or happily married to a nice, fine chocolate. He doesn't have to be chocolate, but he has to be a man of God. Hopefully, I'll be on the road to home ownership. You know, I want to own my house. I don't want to just rent for the rest of my life. I want to be a person that people look up to for ministry and leadership. I want to be making successful Christian gospel music. And hopefully by then I'll be living outside of the city of St. Louis because one of my long-term goals is to move out of here. I don't want to be here for my whole life. Please let me be out of St. Louis by 26 or 27. By that age, I want my relationship with God to be stronger than ever. I want us to be like this, closer than I am with any human on earth. I want our bond to be, we're going to be like this. I want my mental health to be up here. I just want to be happy, genuinely happy and thriving. So yeah, that's where I see myself in 10 years. Next, when am I dropping more music? Okay, so look, I've had to make so many changes when it comes to my music. As some of you may already know, I have a few songs dropped on all music platforms, which I will be unreleasing soon, by the way. So if you like those songs, I would suggest you screen record them, do whatever you got to do to save them because in a few months, they will not exist anymore. Anyways, I've said this a few times in this video, but I've decided to use my gifts to glorify God. So as of right now, I'm working on writing and I'm trying to come up with a new game plan because this is all new to me. I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I want to do, but I just don't have that plan yet. You picking up what I'm putting down. I already have like 2 or 3 songs written. I just need to work on the recording process and then I need to just so much that I have to figure out. But hopefully by the end of 2023 you guys will hear some new stuff from me. So yeah, that's all I can say. Right now I don't really have much to say in the music department. So hopefully that helped you kind of map out a picture of what I have going on in my brain and what I'm thinking. The next and final question says, what are your plans after high school? After high school, I plan on going to college, of course. I have not decided on what school I'm going to, but I want to stay in St. Louis for school simply because I have severe separation anxiety. I can't afford to lose any more family members, any more bonds. I just need to be right here where I am for the time being. So maybe in like 2 years, I'll transfer to a school in a different state, but as of right now, I at least want to spend my first 2 years of college at home so that I can prepare myself mentally for moving out of state. I'm going to college to study psychology. I want to be a therapist for little kids because I feel like most of the time the mental trauma that we have to heal ourselves from as teenagers and adults come from our childhood. So I kind of want to work with kids. Anything with kids, honestly. I love children. I couldn't see myself working in like a daycare type thing. This is not my type of environment. But I love interacting with kids and just sitting down with them. Oh, drink your water, guys. All 2023. Well, that is all for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, I hope this gave you some pretty insightful information on who I am and what you can look forward to seeing on this channel. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. I don't know what it's gonna be. I might honestly, you know what? I ain't even gonna tell y'all. I don't want to get y'all hopes up and think that I don't want y'all to think that y'all gonna get a video from me that you're not gonna see. So I'm gonna just see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.